What if I told you that Bruce Wayne didn't retire as Batman because he got old? He was forced out by a body that literally couldn't be Batman anymore.
Never again.
That the man who survived Bane breaking his back, Ra's al Ghul's poisons, and decades of combat finally met an enemy he couldn't defeat himself. Batman Beyond opens with an elderly Bruce Wayne collapsing mid-fight and pulling a gun on a thug because he's too weak to fight hand to hand. But that's not the full story. That's just the moment everything Bruce had been ignoring finally broke through. Let me show you why Bruce Wayne was forced to retire and why Batman destroyed the man who created him. Bruce Wayne became Batman at 25. By the time he's forced to retire in Batman Beyond, he's in his late 50s. That's 30 plus years of jumping off buildings, getting shot, stabbed, poisoned, beaten, and broken. 30 years of treating his body like a weapon instead of something that needs to heal. Let's talk about what that actually does to a human body. Broken bones that heal wrong because Bruce kept fighting instead of resting. Scar tissue throughout his joints that restricts movement. Chronic pain so severe that Alfred mentions Bruce can barely get out of bed some mornings. Concussions, dozens of them, causing memory issues and neurological damage. In the Batman Beyond pilot, we see Bruce's hands shaking. That's not just age, that's nerve damage from decades of punching people without proper recovery. His knees are destroyed from years of landing on rooftops. His spine, broken by Bane and healed, was never the same. But the worst part Bruce knew. Alfred warned him for years. Dick Grayson begged him to stop. Barbara Gordon showed him the medical reports, and Bruce ignored all of it because Batman doesn't stop. Batman doesn't rest. Batman doesn't quit. Until his body made the decision for him. Here's a question for you. At what point does being Batman stop being heroism and start being self-destruction? Drop a comment because what happened the night Bruce retired answers that question. The opening scene of Batman Beyond isn't just Bruce retiring, it's Bruce confronting mortality. He's fighting criminals in his mansion, already a sign something's wrong. Batman doesn't bring fights home unless he's desperate or cornered, and mid-fight, Bruce's heart gives out. He collapses, can't breathe, can't move. The criminals are about to kill him, and Bruce Wayne, the man who built his entire identity on never using guns, picks up a thug's pistol and aims it at his attacker. Picture this, you've spent 30 years defining yourself by one rule: no guns, no killing. That rule is why you're Batman instead of just another vigilante, and in one moment of weakness, one moment where your body fails you, you break it. At that point, Bruce didn't retire because he wanted to. He retired because continuing meant becoming the thing he swore to destroy. The gun was the line, and he crossed it. But here's what the show doesn't tell you. Bruce's heart giving out wasn't random. It was inevitable. Decades of stress, trauma, and physical damage had been building toward that moment. His body had been screaming at him to stop for years, and he ignored it until it forced him to listen. Let's talk about what Bruce sacrificed to be Batman, not just his body, his entire life. Relationships, Bruce pushed everyone away. Dick Grayson left, Barbara Gordon moved on, Alfred stayed, but watched Bruce destroy himself. By the time of Batman Beyond, Bruce is alone in a mansion with only his dog for company. Batman didn't just cost him relationships, it made relationships impossible. Mental health, Bruce never processed his parents' death. He channeled grief into violence for 30 years. That's not healing, that's avoidance with a cape. And by the time he retires, he's a bitter, isolated old man who can't connect with people because he spent decades treating emotions as weak. Normal life, Bruce Wayne the person stopped existing the night his parents die. Everything after that was either Batman or the Bruce Wayne performance he used as cover. He never had hobbies, never traveled for pleasure, never lived. He survived and called it purpose. Batman didn't save Bruce Wayne, Batman consumed him. And by the time Bruce was forced to retire, there was barely anything left of the man who put on the cowl in the first place. The tragedy isn't that Bruce had to stop being Batman, it's that Bruce had been gone for so long that stopping didn't give him his life back. It just revealed how empty it had become. So why does Bruce train Terry McGinnis? Why pass on the mantle if Batman destroyed him? Because Bruce Wayne is an addict, and Batman is his drug. He can't be Batman anymore. His body won't let him. But he can't let Batman die either. So he does the next best thing. He finds someone else to wear the suit while he lives vicariously through them. Terry becomes Batman, Bruce becomes the voice in his ear, and suddenly Bruce has purpose again. Not as Batman, as the person who controls Batman. He's not in the field, but he's still in the game. But watch how Bruce trains Terry. He's harsh, demanding, critical. Because Bruce is projecting his own failures onto a kid who never asked for this burden.
I know what it is. You can't stand to see anyone going out and having a life. You want me to end up like you, alone.
Terry didn't choose to be Batman, his father was murdered and Bruce offered him a weapon, just like Bruce used his parents' death to justify violence. The cycle continues. Bruce was broken by Batman, now he's breaking Terry the same way, and he calls it mentorship. So that's why Bruce Wayne was forced to retire as Batman, not because he got old, because Batman is a fundamentally unsustainable identity built on trauma, violence, and self-destruction. Bruce's body gave out because Batman doesn't allow rest. His relationships died because Batman doesn't allow vulnerability. His life became empty because Batman doesn't allow living. And when his body finally said no more, Bruce didn't get his life back, he just found another way to stay bad. The real tragedy of Batman Beyond isn't that Bruce had to retire, it's that even in retirement, Bruce couldn't escape what Batman had done to him. He was still Bruce Wayne, the man who died the night his parents did and spent 30 years pretending the body was still alive. Which brings me to my final question: is Batman a hero if the cost is destroying the person who wears the mask? Let me know in the comments, because here's the thing, Bruce Wayne isn't the only hero whose identity destroyed them. In my next video, I'm breaking down why Peter Parker's responsibility speech is actually the worst advice ever given and how it's ruined his life repeatedly. If you want to see that video, hit subscribe. And if this video made you see Batman's retirement differently, leave a like so I know to make more character analysis content like this. Thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.